everybody, how's it going? Shaun here, another day, another vlog. It is a gorgeous day today here at the California Science Center. Obviously, I'm here. As you notice from the title of this video, this is a review of a particular exhibit here at the California Science Center. Some people may think that it's a bit gross, that it might be a bit stupid, although there are others who are studying medicine or really human anatomy in general that might find this exhibit very interesting. It's Body Worlds Pulse. This is apparently their 4th edition for this traveling exhibit of bodies, literally. What it is that it's an exhibit where you basically see a whole bunch of these people, real people, who unfortunately have passed away, and they're set up in positions such that they're like kind of like they're in motion in a way. But the exhibit is done in such a way where you're learning about human anatomy, and you get to see like the different structures of the body, like the muscular system, the skeletal system. It's a really fascinating exhibit. My folks unfortunately didn't really want to come and see this, so me being the human anatomy enthusiast of the family, I decided to come here and check it out. This exhibit was here a number of years ago, but I did not get a chance to see it because I was too young at the time. I wanted to see it, but I wasn't able to see it. I think it was like the 3rd edition of this Body Worlds exhibit, but it's back here at the California Science Center. It's really cool. This is a review. Unfortunately, I will not be posting any videos about this exhibit in this video. However, at the very end of this video, I will be asking you guys if I should, but I will leave that later on down the road. But this is a review of what I will see in the exhibit, and I apologize in advance that I know that some people probably want to see this exhibit, but I will be actually making a video later on down the road. But again, I'm getting ahead of myself, so I'm gonna check out the exhibit and I'll give you guys a review, and then I'll ask you guys what I should do with the footage that I get from over here, because really this is an interesting exhibit, but some people might not find this interesting, but we'll see. And we are in. Right off the bat, there's a heart right there for Pulse. Alright, it wasn't told us ahead of time, but apparently I have to go to the conference room first in order to see the rest of the exhibit. So I have to go back down a level. Whoops. So everybody is going up. I'm going down over here to the conference room. Look at that, photos are encouraged. Alright folks, we're going in. Wow, you guys. That was amazing. I've never seen such an exhibit like this in my life. They do have an exhibit here that features maybe a few artifacts about the human body, like the brains and the digestive system and the hearts, but nothing as detailed as this. This was by far one of their best exhibits they've had here at the California Science Center. Yes, even better than Disney's Science Behind Pixar exhibit. That was fun, but that was more computer CGI animation. We're talking like biology. We're talking human anatomy. This was incredible. I've seen many exhibits here that have come and gone. There was a Star Wars exhibit that was here. There was a special Titanic exhibit that was here. This just crushed the competition in terms of what can be displayed here at the Science Center. This thing is going to be here for a very long time. It's going to be here until February 2018. I wanted to see this early on because I know that people are going to want to see this in the next several months. This was just an amazing exhibit. Honest to God, it was just, oh my word. I came out of that thinking, wow, like it gave me a much better appreciation for human anatomy and really just the human body in general. Oh my gosh. I didn't mind the whole, displays of the bodies and all that, because I knew they were real. but just seeing them in the displays, and it wasn't just the bodies, but just the different organs, the parts of the body. It was just incredible. There were some exhibits that showed the blood vessel configuration around the head, the heart, the brain. I mean, just the finest detail, you can see it in this exhibit. And, you know, we take our human bodies for granted, but when you see all the stuff that happens behind the scenes in the human body, it just blows your mind. I mean, you think that you might just be full of bones and guts. Well, there's more to it, guys. I mean, they had a human face where they had removed everything but the blood vessels. And seeing how many of the blood vessels were shown, I mean, you still could see the structure of the face and the eyes and the mouth, even the nose. The nose had like the most, it was like so massively packed with all these miniature blood vessels. It was unbelievable. Oh my word. It was just unbelievable. What an experience. Wow. I'm actually looking at I wouldn't say it's a textbook, but it's more like a guide of the whole human anatomy system from Body Worlds, the original exhibition that Gunther von Hagens made. I got the book plus the DVD that went along with it as a pack. They sold the DVD separately, and I was like, you know what, I might as well just get the pack. And I'm thinking I might actually get the DVD series where he talks about human anatomy with like students. There are some images in here that I did see here at this exhibit. There actually was a part of the exhibit where I wasn't really able to film anything. And, you know, that part was the urinary tract and the reproductive system. But, you know, I was fine with that because I saw a lot of really amazing stuff in here. So you're probably asking yourselves, well, how are these things well preserved? Because these have been around for a number of years. Well, I'm just going to try to briefly explain what's going on. I'm looking at this thing called preservation by plastinization. And the first thing that they do is that they embalm and dissect each of the bodies, basically the ones that are from donations. And they have to, first of all, dissect them. They remove the skin and the fatty tissue. And that's actually step 2 what they do. They also remove any water because they dry it up basically. And then what they do is that they put it in like this, what they call forced impregnation, which is basically where they put them in a special type of silicone like solution where it gets absorbed into the body and it replaces like all the tissue, not the tissue, but like it helps plasterize it so that it stays like similar, or it doesn't like decay. It basically takes a number of months for this to happen because they are in these like vaults, literally, where they're in this solution, and then they harden it, and then they position it such that when you see the exhibit is in a specific particular position, and that's when the curing or hardening takes place. As they're positioning it, it will harden, and this process I think takes about 6 to 8 months to do. And just the amount of detail on these things, I mean, it's just incredible. It takes almost a year for the entire process to be complete, from step 1 all the way to the last step when it's completely done. About a year. So that's a long time. That's commitment for this thing, guys. That is just unbelievable. So what did I see? Well, I basically saw everything from the integumentary system all the way through the reproductive system. I didn't see anything about the endocrine system, which is kind of surprising. I didn't see anything about the lymphatic system either. But they did have the integumentary system in a way. They also had the skeletal system, obviously. The muscular system was definitely on display on a lot of them. The nervous system, it shows not only the brain, but literally the whole spinal cord and all of the nerves from the human body. I mean, the nerves are so thin, they can be easily broken. And, you know, it's just amazing what they were able to do in order to be able to, you know, make it possible for people to see it. And then later on, the circulatory system came along and the respiratory system. They kind of combined that into like one exhibit. Well, actually, it was more like separate, but if you were to combine them together, they're called the cardiovascular system because it involves the circulatory system and the respiratory system. And of course, they had the smoker's lungs. They also showed examples of how people might have had certain issues, like they had ulcers, and they had scoliosis, and leukemia, and fatty livers, and stuff like that. So they had not just examples of normal organs, but they also had ones that had defects, which I think is a perfect example to show what happens to somebody when it happens. Like, they also have examples of a couple of tumors. It was just an unbelievable experience. So all in all, this exhibit was definitely worth the experience, especially for myself, who's a human anatomy major, well, not a major, but an enthusiast. And this is just a little example of what it might look like, you know, just from an example. This is a model that I got from the store here. That's the human head here, and it has the brain, as you can see right there, and it has the eyeball and the skull, has some muscles. This isn't like the fully detailed veins, but this is just to give an example of what the veins and arteries look like along the body. But think of this, like if you look at these veins, multiply that by like 1,000 or maybe 1,000,000. That's literally what it would be like. The whole face would literally be covered by all the veins and arteries. The whole entire head. That includes the areas, a little bit around the ears, but a lot around the eyes here, a ton in the nose. You can also make out the mouth and the throat and everything. They even had it portions, well, obviously they had taken out the skeletal and the brain, so you can see like the interior section of the head, like you saw the veins that go into the brain. It was just an incredible thing to see. So that's just an example of what happened here at this exhibit. Now, my question to you guys, I mentioned earlier that I wanted to ask you guys a question, and this is it. Do you want me to post the video footage that I got here at the Body Worlds exhibit? Because I did film a lot in here, and I also gave a little bit of a commentary on some items. If you guys want me to post the video about this Body Worlds exhibit, please let me know in the comments section down below, because if nobody wants to see it, I won't post the footage. I must know from you guys if you want to see it, because I think it's worth seeing. But there's going to be one big thing about this video. It will be age restricted. Basically, you need a YouTube account where it's verified that you're above the age of 18 in order to watch the video. So again, if you guys want me to post the video, leave a comment down below telling me that you want to see the video, because it was by far the best exhibit I've seen here at the Science Center. I don't know if you can see that, but the heart is pulsating. This is cool. One of the display windows has stuff about human anatomy for kids. Anatomy charts, there's a skeleton, heart circulation. This kid's wearing one of those long sleeve shirts that has a skeleton on it. Skeleton puzzle. I've got something like that at home, but it's a lot smaller than that. Wow. Look at all of those pins. That is unbelievable. These are all of the Space Shuttle missions. Number 1, all the way down to the last one, 2011. Celebrating the Space Shuttle program. Oh my gosh. Living Royal socks. Look at that. That is actually pretty cool. Plant cell. This is neat stuff. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, giant microbes. What is that? What is this one? What the heck are you? Computer virus. Okay. It's interesting because I actually have a t-shirt like this. Wait, this is this long sleeve shirt. No, it looks like this one actually. These are long sleeve. Here's the more kid-friendly stuff right here. Germs and microbes. Hey, I'm wearing a germs t-shirt right now. So funny, this is an official California Science Center shirt. Oh my god, they got a giant microbes heart. They actually had a gigantic one where they had like a bunch of other miniature microbes, like the red blood cell, the platelet, and the white blood cell. The camera doesn't do it justice, but I can kind of see it. These almost look like holograms, literally. They're like three-dimensional images, basically. So the planets. That's really cool. Oh, I used to have one of these when I was little. Hey, they got wallets here. That's cool. Rainbow lollipops with the shuttles. By the way, I heard that Anthony Padilla from Smosh is leaving Smosh. That's pretty sad. Wow, these are really impressive. I tried growing crystals, not from this set, but from a different set, but let me just say that the one that I got didn't do so great. They were tiny crystals, but these are really cool. One of these days I'll try to grow them. Actually, I think they were from this series. Because there was one time where I tried to grow the crystals, but they didn't work. But these obviously did. I think what I did was wrong. Plus, I tried growing the crystals at a really young age. Wow, this is really impressive. These are a bunch of patches and things from different shuttle missions and Apollo missions. Look, here's Apollo 13 right here. That's the movie that Tom Hanks was in. I've got this one. Yeah, these are really cool. Gene Cernan is the signature right there. And look, asteroid, sun, moon, Jupiter, Mars missions. My dad's working on the next Mars rover that's going up in 2020. That's pretty cool. There's Mercury. I like this one. Gemini 5, 8 days or bust. That's great. Can't forget about these fish in here. Well, folks, we are out of here. I gotta film this quickly, so here's the Blackbird right outside of the California Science Center. Anyways, I'm out of here, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, hit the thumbs up button. It is greatly appreciated. Don't forget to check out my other 3 channels, the educational series, the design video series, and the travel town series. I'm also on social media, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and LinkedIn. I also have a P.O. Box. Check out my P.O. Box address down below in the description of this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. In the scene. And that, my friends, is a wrap here at the California Science Center.